Can you hear it? Welcome to Relay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Relay Station. Normally on the station, I start by either saying something ridiculous like lemonade lollipops or, what? I hate you, Shiver. You're literally the worst person imaginable.
Oh, I called him horrible last night. You don't even know.
You know, I had an intro. I actually had an intro prepared. This is the first week in a few weeks that I've prepared an intro. But Shiver Bathory, right there on the stream, has sabotaged it. He is the reason I cannot give you an appropriate intro. He is a bastard. He is an actual turgid fart. He is a fetid turd.
I do it again.
You're never gonna get access to do it again. I have now learned my lesson.
No, that's sadly not true.
No. I normally keep the intros on a separate document. This is the first time I put them on the same document as the notes.
Oh, did you delete it? Oh, you bastard.
Never happening again. Never happening again. Never happening again. I was gonna say
the actual intro that I wrote was, if that's what he's willing to say.
That's amazing.
I was going to say that this week I have something very, very important to say. Something that's actually more important than introducing our esteemed guest, the Master of the Black, the fastest man on 3 out of 5 wheels, the inestimable, the incomparable, the inconceivable Fast Cart. I've actually got something more important than telling you that the Lord of the Numbers, the courageous calculator, the font of all Star Citizen knowledge, Nakara, is here. And I've actually got something more important than telling you that that slimy bastard, Shiver, is here.
That's not in the script.
No, but someone changed the bloody script.
How many seconds worth of work down the toilet?
Down for a show, but just by saying nothing happened this week.
Yeah, nothing. No, I've actually got a serious request this week. A request for all of you that you all go to robertspaceindustriescom and you vote in a ship picking contest, and that you pick the proper ship, the
Corsair.
Shiver, I'm muting you. Where's my mute button? How do I mute Shiver?
You can't silence the truth!
Oh no, what have I done? I wanted to mute Shiver and I broke everything. Welcome to one of these episodes.
I put the link in Twitch chat.
Thank you, Fast Cart, the master of the links. That should be your title.
I'll take the great blackness. That's fine.
Vulture.
Yeah, the Vulture. Okay, no. The Vulture really should be the ship that you pick, because one, no one gives a damn about shitty-ass Drake carriers. Because you know what's going to happen if you get a Drake carrier ship? The first time a ship takes off from inside it, the entire damn thing's going to catch on fire, and you got to get a new one. It's a one-use carrier. It's kind of like Shiver. He's a one-use... Let's move on.
Overgrown, abandoned.
The canopy on me. Wait, the way you reeled
Oh man, this is an amazing start. I like this.
Yes, it is.
What you need to do is you need to get the Vulture. You know why? And this is, I'm going to be 100% serious here. The Reclaimer was the first ship that was announced that was like, hey, this game isn't just going to have some ships and some shooting and some mining. This game's going to have something more. The Reclaimer was the first ship that said, hey, Star Citizen will have more. And you can eat other ships, possibly even with people inside them. Who knows? The Reclaimer gave us that promise. And that promise has expanded. And it has carried on. But the Reclaimer was the origin of that promise. And As such, the Reclaimer needs a little tiny baby sister that maybe can't eat other ships whole, but can go into other ships and knock the pilots out and then salvage the ship from around them so that when they wake up, they're stuck there floating in their ship in space with nothing else. Vote the Vulture.
Counterpoint. Because apparently it's Drake and it's just going to fall apart. As soon as it puts its like clamp on something to salvage it, it's going to break apart by trying to, just the sheer force.
See, I think
Drake.
the bonus here is that you can salvage your own ship.
The bonus here is
Salvaging.
you actually
Self-salvaging.
you salvage parts of other ships and bolt them onto your ship to make sure that your ship doesn't fall apart. So
Isn't that like
Whoa, Drake uses bolts.
Isn't that what the Weaver did in Firefly?
exactly, it's like the Reavers. You have to just attach other ship parts to your ship. The Vulture has no design. You design it yourself. No, okay, that's true.
And for $69.99, it can be yours now.
And for $50, you get a plot of land with it. So,
That's a profit.
wow, where am I? What just happened?
I don't know.
Hey, it's the relay station. Hello, everyone out there. Sorry, I haven't actually watched chat, but I see some people are here. Today's going to be a bit chaotic, but let's start by talking about 3.0, because 3.0 is updated a number of times. Unfortunately, my week this week has been literal hell. I actually haven't played it since I streamed it last weekend. You know what, guys? You know what? You guys carry on. I'm just gonna have a nap. You guys go.
Okay. See ya.
See,
So
couldn't not laugh. I wanted to not laugh, but yeah.
I jumped into the game a couple times. Good night there, David. I think it's actually against the DRS.
Best shot ever. I can't never top.
Apparently, I'm not allowed to have naps here.
Oh, in your own. Wow. Jeez. Oh. So you were talking about playing 3.0.
Yeah, I haven't been able to try any of the patches patches this week, but last weekend I played a hell of a lot. It was excellent. I understand it's only getting better. I understand that they've now added bed persistence, which is like
awesome. They've also removed a bunch of the NPCs to try and get the performance to a better spot for the time being.
Right.
I did notice that I've not been getting great FPS on my computer. My computer's not great either. I'm in the process of upgrading. But I went from 8 FPS, which was very hard to play, to like 19, which is a lot more doable. And that was on Olisar, so that was a big improvement. And yes, there are still quite a few NPCs.
My PC, sorry, my PC is 6 years old, like 2011. So I haven't been messing with the PTU. I'm waiting for it to go live before I patch everything.
Makes
So
sense.
just to be safe.
My PC is the same age as yours. That's
Sandy Bridge.
Yep.
Shiver, have you made it into 3.0 yet?
No, not yet.
Really?
This week I've mostly been enjoying this thing called sleep.
What is that? And how do I get some?
I didn't have any last night.
Oh, I haven't had any in a week. Anyway,
We're trying to sleep during the middle of the stream.
yes, genuinely. No, I'm.
And now
really
we realize
glad
we haven't gotten any sleep. Your significant other just comes and wakes you up all the time and goes, "No, you're not allowed to sleep here."
I know, it's terrible. I'm lying in my bed. She's like, "No, you can't sleep." Anywhere I try to sleep, I'm told I'm not allowed. So really,
Yeah, that's terrible.
It is. It is. It's a
That's
problem.
terrible.
Have you tried the roof?
I haven't yet. I actually could climb out onto the roof and try out there, but it's really cold up here in Canada, so I don't know if it would work. I'm actually hoping
Use ice for bricks.
So Nakara is actually down here next weekend. Next week.
Same. I'm actually over there because it's basically just due east of me a very, 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 very
Far.
long way.
Yeah. But I'm thinking that we might have to co-stream some 3.0 while Nakara's here. So we'll be able to give I'll be able to give you an updated response of my thoughts next weekend. But so far I think that 3.0 is it's bloody friggin' awesome. I know it's got issues and I know it's got, the frame rate's not amazing, but it's not bad. 20 to 25 is what I've been getting while streaming, and that's excellent. I mean, it feels like a game finally. And it feels like
it had 99 problems, but passing isn't one.
Actually, yeah. Oh, damn it.
What happened?
Woohoo!
Rudy subscribed.
Hey, Rudy.
Thank you, Rudy.
Are you still hurting from hockey?
I'm hurting from everything. Wait, was I on last? I was on last. What?
No, you weren't.
Yeah, you told us you had a concussion.
You told us you were suffering from concussion.
Yes.
Oh, no, you were on last week. It was
Yeah.
the week before that I hosted.
Yeah, last week was concussion week. Okay.
Yes.
So I do want to move on from 3.0 because there's still not too much for us to talk about it. The patches are great. They're incremental. They're often, and they take nothing to download, which is absolutely stupendous.
Fantastic.
But the game itself is there. It's playable. It's good, but there's not much for us to go into on that.
The production report was good this week.
Yeah?
Did you read it?
No, I hadn't. I have not even had time to watch all of the ATVs this week. I literally haven't had a second.
I have watched all the ATVs, and I skimmed through the schedule report, and I skimmed through the monthly report.
Basically, shopping is done. Missions are very close to done. I think there's one they're still working on, and they want to. Rudo needs to be gone through QA, but things are looking really good. For the most part, most things are being closed down for feature complete and final.
Excellent.
I only got to skim through the monthly report, but in the monthly report there was mention of breaches. And the last time, as far as I know, that we heard about breaches, they said they were going to be on preset points of the ship. So, do you think they're still going to, that's what they're working on when they say breaching? Like an airlock on the side of the Aurora is a breaching point, or do you think it's got a bit more involved in that sense?
I'm guessing it's probably still the preset points. They were talking about some pretty big technical limitations to allowing breaching wherever. Unless they, without telling anybody, made big improvements on that. I don't see them necessarily.
Thank you, Commander Hellfire.
Necessarily allowing any spot for breaching. The only time I could see them do that is they might do it for capital ships. But I think smaller ships absolutely are going to be a problem.
Thank you for subscribing, Commander Hellfire.
And happy birthday.
Yes, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
Part of me really hopes that they do expand a tiny bit from the only specific breaching points. I mean, I can understand that they can't put a breaching point anywhere in the ship, but I do hope that, especially on the larger ship, it's not just at airlocks. Like, I mean, how do you breach anywhere on an Aurora, right? There basically is just the airlock. What the hell, guys?
That's not how you do this. You're doing this wrong. You're doing this wrong. You want subscription.
Do I? I have to do this every time. Oh.
No pain, no gain.
Oh, so much pain, though.
Thank you very much, Super Serious.
Thanks, Super
Thank
Serious. But I hope on, like, the larger ships, there's more than just the airlocks that you can breach. Just like I kind of hope that they do at some point fix, basically they said they're not going to be able to do like mag boots kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
You know what? You guys talk. I've apparently
Thank
just
you,
got to
Winslow.
do this the entire bloody show.
Oh man, that's awesome. Oh,
The Astropub is right. Eric, you don't start complaining about doing things for subs.
Thank you, Winstill.
Thank you, Winstill.
Thank you.
Oh,
Oh, actually, he can't say anything. He was complaining all the time, and he had like 40 subs that one night.
oh no, 40 subs. Oh, poor pup. For those of you
Poor
who don't
Pup.
know, if anyone doesn't, Paul from the Astropub is excellent, and we have him on here as often as we can, except for this week because we got Fastcart instead. Because you know,
he's
He
better.
was 3/5 quicker to reply.
You always think those jokes are gonna get old, and then they don't.
oh yeah, Ghost 404 mentioned to me that apparently we've had a total of where was it? A total of 20,000 views now. Which
Yes, we're just
Thanks,
over
guys.
20,000 views.
that's
Thanks for-
that's pretty awesome.
And we broke.
Most of
700
those people
followers.
are, typos.
And we
What was
broke
that,
1,100
Fastcart?
followers.
Fastcart?
He broke 1,100 followers.
Oh
Wait,
wow,
really?
that's
Wow.
awesome.
Thanks, guys. I don't even know where we're at.
You
Trust
don't
me.
even know where you are.
We're in
No.
places.
You just want to sleep on the floor.
Yes, I will say I do believe that. Speaking of Paul from the Astropub, I do believe that Nakara right here is actually on the Astropub later today.
I am on the captain's table. Yes, absolutely. I was invited on to talk about the anniversary sale, which has been a thing.
Speaking of the anniversary sale, should we talk a little bit about the anniversry sale?
We should talk about the anniversary sale.
No. Fastcart says no. Let's move on.
Yeah,
First question.
Let's not talk at all about the 8 ATVs.
I think we should actually just not talk at all.
No, okay, we just stare at our audience.
You just want to sleep on the floor.
Yes. Okay. Question: did any of you pick anything up during the anniversary sale, or are you going to?
Yes,
What'd you grab?
merchandise, because it was on sale for 20% off.
Good call.
that's true.
I got a Giganto mouse pad, which I'm just going to use sort of as a desk pad. And I got a couple other things.
Nice.
Apparel. Now, in terms of ships, nope.
No one got the hawk. No one got the hammerhead.
I
Yep.
got neither of those, but I did melt my 600i, and I turned it into an Orion because
The Orion doubled in size.
Double the size.
because
It's huge. And this is me saying that.
it got stupid big.
Mm-hmm.
The Orion is now stupid big. Like
It's
why?
now definitely reminiscent of Babylon 5.
Yeah, that's the good point. I
The
like
why
that.
is because it's a asteroid eating mining ship.
I love it. Hey, Sniffle Wizard. But no, I didn't actually find the Hawk too interesting, to be honest.
So you could say you were hawkish on the Hawk.
I expect that from Shiver.
Only if you were implied.
I expect that from Shiver, not from
He
you.
expected better of you in the car.
God.
I thought the Hawk, it doesn't appeal to my sort of gameplay, but I kind of like how it looks spindly, fragile, but it probably isn't.
What I liked about it the most was how they managed to make its sitting position when it's landed look a lot like a hawk when it's sort of sitting on a branch or a tree. Like the really reminiscent is really cool.
It reminds
That's
me
a
of
big
the.
tree to take all that weight.
It reminds me of the Prowler. Like
Yeah.
the Prowler looks like a bird of prey when it's landed. Nah,
God.
nah.
Put that, please, FC.
I'm just gonna ignore Eris from now on, from the rest of the podcast.
Why weren't you ignoring me already? I still don't know why anyone lets me run this thing.
But I haven't gotten anything yet. I'm thinking about converting my Phoenix that I got from last year that had 48 months of insurance into an Endeavor. But the problem is they didn't bring out the other variant of the Endeavor, like the Discovery or the whole class. I want to do the Discovery class.
Just
but they only
you can build it yourself, right?
But yeah, we talked about it a little bit about this last night. But I prefer having it all in one thing rather than piecemeal. But I might get it anyway.
Hey, I'm just gonna quickly link this in Twitch chat, but in the monthly report, this is a beautiful picture of the Hammerhead that I personally hadn't seen.
Rivals is saying that he wants me to express myself in interpretive dance, and I haven't done that in a long time. Not going to, though.
I was just about to ask you not to.
Don't worry, I'm not going to.
Well, maybe if we get another subscription, hint, hint.
There you go. And subscriber.
No. Needs to be more than just one for interpretive dance.
Oh, man. Is it like one of those moves you have to power up?
Yes.
Video game?
So, Nakara, some questions about both the health of the sale and the overall health of Star Citizen funding this year. Let's check in with you. How is CIG doing?
Do you want the long explanation or the short explanation?
How long's the long?
What? Wow.
About 10 minutes. No, not 10 minutes.
Can
5
you do
minutes.
a medium one?
Yes, I can do medium.
Go.
So overall health of the sale, extremely healthy. Basically the way this breaks down is the first anniversary sale was quite successful. It was back in 2013. It was a 1-year anniversary. Had $5.5 million. Last year was actually the first year since then to break that number. The other sales had been lower. Last year made $6.7 million with the what's it, Galactic Tour, the car show version of the anniversary sale, which everyone loved. Yes. But the big impressive thing this year is it looks like in a couple hours they're going to break that mark, and they still have 3 days left in the sale. So they're probably going to go, well, second, third, and the fourth.
Okay.
There's still a while left today, yeah.
The rest of today, and then so 2.5 days, I guess. But yeah, no, it looks like they'll easily eclipse $7 million this year.
I'm not gonna make a flip pun.
Here is the biggest problem. The biggest problem coming in was that a lot of people had noticed.
There's a sub.
He's a gift to you.
I'm not gonna dance.
No.
One arm doesn't. I can do one arm dance. How about that?
I'm sold.
Oh man! So there was
just one man clapping. No, wait, never mind.
The problem coming into this month was, or the end of November was, people had started to notice that Star Citizen, in order to make up enough ground to get anywhere near where they were at last year, had to make like $15 million in 6 weeks. And the upshot of it is it looks like they're going to.
Now,
but they're basically at. Sorry, go ahead.
How far short are they right now?
If they wanted to eclipse last year, they're $6 million short right now.
Okay. So, I mean, we're probably still the anniversary sales. Nothing else is coming out, so it'll
probably
stay
make at least $1 million during the anniversary sale. Looks like
the rest of it. So
yeah.
they'll probably need 5 for the rest of the year. Do you think that if they show off Squadron 42,
no problem.
Yeah.
They'll smash it, and they also still have the holiday sale too.
Yeah.
So it's not even going to be a problem. They'll get it.
If they do Squadron 42, yes. If just the holiday sale, I don't think so.
Well, they've said that there's going to be Squadron. So
no, I mean, and they've reinforced it again recently.
Yeah.
So if there's no squadron, there's going to be like a riot. I think
As
Zoldak
long-
will probably storm their headquarters with like swords and just start.
You
like,
mean like the riot when they announced the plots of land?
I want to
you
talk
seen that
about
one?
that next. I want to talk about those plots of land next, because
But I just wanted to finish up on this, if that's okay.
Yep.
So, economic health of CIG, because I didn't really touch on that. I actually did touch on that topic this week on Reddit, because it did come up, as it always seems to come up.
at this time of year,
So,
yep.
First of all, one thing for people to know, a lot of people don't know this, but we actually do have some pretty solid financial data on at least part of CIG.
Okay.
Foundry 42 has over half of their staff, and last year they used about $15 million US, give or take, 14, 15.
Oh.
And they made 36. So they're probably spent between 30 and 35. So they're right around that level, right? But the thing is, the first couple of years, they also made about $30 million a year, and they were spending maybe 10 to 15, it looks like. So they should have a lot of money in the bank, and there really shouldn't be any financial concerns whatsoever. It
And
looks like...
this is a thing about money in the bank. If you have money in the bank, it makes more money in the bank. If you don't have money in the bank, then you're fucked.
Basically.
Financial advice, man. Thank you.
Although these days you're taking a risk either way.
Yeah, he's
True.
not wrong.
Just
So what
put,
you're
all,
saying
put
is-
all your money in Bitcoin, but don't come complain to me when it crashes.
Just keep it all under your mattress.
The
Just
views
don't do it
expressed
then.
by
Just don't-
Earth are not the same views as Relay.st. Just get that
Yeah.
disclaimer.
My views are not supported by literally anyone else.
So I just wanted to quickly mention that if they do hit $36.5 million, which would eclipse last. Actually, they would only need $36.2 million to eclipse last year, but that would be the 6th year in a row that they've increased their revenue.
Yep.
So that's a huge accomplishment. And of all the accusations in the back end of all the crap that's gone around CIG over the years, that's really solid, like, business
Wait, so
execution.
they aren't going bankrupt in 8 months?
No, not any hope at all. They have a full single player game in the hopper right now that they could put out and make like $50 million in a week. Like,
Keep in mind,
This is one of the things that always comes up when it comes to the funding conversation. Is everyone's like, "Oh, I don't think they're going to be able to finish Squadron 42 and Star Citizen with this current budget." It's like, no, that was never the plan. The plan was always finish Squadron with the Squadron 42 revenue. That was always the
Finish
plan.
Star Citizen with the Squadron revenue. The original plan wasn't even to do Star Citizen. It was to do Squadron 42 alone, and then use those funds to fund Star Citizen and further Squadron 42 episodes. So, but I do want to make a point. We don't really want to focus on money as you have to keep, contributing. You have to keep buying ships. You have to put more and more money in, because you don't. And really, no one should. See, if you don't want to spend another penny on Star Citizen, don't. You do not need...
3 years ago when I first joined. You could have saved me a bunch of money.
I was saying the exact same thing 3 years ago. I've been saying the exact same thing since Relay started and since Relay's predecessor started. I've always said the same thing. You do not have to put any money in. And if everyone stopped putting money in, the point that we're trying to make here is, even if everyone stopped and funding stopped, CIG would still be okay. And this is something that Chris Roberts has actually said himself numerous times over the life of the project. They've got enough to get it done.
But
honestly,
if I don't put more money in, then I can't get ahead and pay to win. I gotta have plots of land.
Okay. Sorry,
okay, let's
Nakar?
move on to
Nakar?
plots of land.
Okay, we've got huge tracts of land to talk about. Huge tracts of land.
Pat myself a back for this segue.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thank you,
Segue.
Pastor. Okay. Can one of you quickly summarize the idea behind plots of land while I collect myself? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Nakara, go.
So yes, I absolutely can. Basically, the idea is you. Well, I'm gonna give you the idea of what they're doing right now. They're basically saying, here's a piece of paper that says you're allowed to have a plot of land, and here's a beacon that allows you to claim that plot of land. Enjoy. That's what you're getting for your $100 or your $50.
I have a question for you, Nakara. I have a question for you.
What's wrong?
I have a question for you. Can I get this paper in game without spending a penny?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. Carry on.
You might need the toilet at some point.
Carry on. Carry on. Carry on.
And basically what you do is once you have your piece of paper that says, hey, I'm allowed to have a piece of land, and your beacon that says, this is where my piece of land is, you go to your piece of land, you put the beacon down, the beacon goes, oh, this is the piece of land you want, and it gives you a little chip that you then take back to the office where you got the paper and the beacon, and you say, this is the piece of land I want, and they go, okay, and then that's it. Yeah,
okay.
That's the mechanic.
Can someone please break down to me the complaint about being able to buy huge tracts of land?
I'm going to go with Shiver.
Shiver. Oh, God. Break down to me the complaint.
It was twofold. One of the smaller ones was what's preventing someone buying shitloads of land. And the solution to that is, as Disco said in the presentation.
I don't want solutions.
Okay. Well, fuck that then. The second one is selling digital land in a digital game that's not even out yet.
Okay.
People were kind of, with the timing of EA and the loot boxes.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of that got misinterpreted.
Okay, so 1. Have you seen how freaking huge the planets in Star Citizen are? Good freaking God! You can have every single person that has pledged for this game buy as much land as they possibly can, and there would still not fill one bloody planet! Oh my God! One.
I'm starting to see why you're not allowed to sleep on the floor now.
1. 2. This is the same thing as the bloody ships! We've been doing this for 6 bloody years!
See, it doesn't affect me at all for some reason. I'm used to it, I guess.
It's the same thing! What are you complaining about? Nothing has changed!
That was my problem.
I put the link for the Q&A in Twitch chat, and also put a funny JPEG in Twitch chat, so you can click on that and take a look.
Nothing's changed. I don't
It's a $50 jar of dirt, and you don't even get the jar of dirt.
Like, no, there are things that you could complain about. There are so many things you could complain about. And no, this is what you pick. This is what you're like, oh, there are massive amounts of land that you can buy. Who cares? You know what? Okay, here's the thing. Let's say every single person in test buys a shit ton of land, and they head right for Yila, and they're like, bam, drop land everywhere. We're gonna buy all the land. Guess what? Who cares if they buy all the land somewhere on Yila? 1, there's still a shit ton of Yila left. 2, guess what? You know what? Shiver right here, because Shiver's a friggin' dick. Shiver is a dick. And he's gonna he's planted himself in test, and he knows where they're gonna go buy, and he plants himself right in the middle. It's like, bam, this is mine before you got here. And now what? You don't get all your giant block of land. Who cares? Who cares?
No, Disco Lando heard your raving, and he's appeared in chat. You have summoned Disco Lando with your anger.
It's not even anger. It's complete bloody incredulity. Yep. There are other things you could argue about.
As Disco said, if every single Star Citizen has an account now bought a plot of land, you still wouldn't fill one of the moons in 3.0. We are 10% of the overall population.
And here's the thing. And here's the thing. That's a moon. Do you know how big a moon is? Guess what, guys? Moons are kind of small. They're about the size of a Death Star.
That's no moon.
Why are you? Never mind. Go ahead. Go ahead. Continue.
A bloody planet? Have you,
Yeah.
like...
Not only that,
Okay, no, actually, here, I actually did some math because I
Go,
had people in
He
the...
said planet, not moon. My mistake. Sorry.
I actually had some people in the Relay Discord do some math for me because
Oh.
I can't, because I don't do math.
also,
Let's-
Disco said planet, not moon.
Planet, whatever.
In the episode.
It's one planet. There's how many? How many hundreds?
I heard you, Shiv.
How many hundreds?
Thanks, fast car.
Here's the thing: if every single
Like
person
Disco
in
Lando
test,
said, people just don't listen.
well, no, we don't. If all of the test guys got together and bought all the land that they wanted to, and they all plonked it down on like an Earth-sized planet by the calculations that I was given by other people who are better than I, it would be about the size of Ontario. Now, Ontario is pretty friggin' big, but guess what?
Not big.
It's not that big when compared with an entire planet.
Yes, exactly.
I just... this is stupid. Like, honestly, anyone complaining that this is pay to win is bloody stupid. This is 100% my own personal opinion. It has nothing to do with CIG. It has nothing to do with Relay. It has nothing to do with any... I think that anyone complaining this is bloody freaking stupid. They are looking for something... No, they are looking for something to complain.
Isn't it, at most?
They're looking for
even
something
then,
to complain.
that's what-
It's not even a time saver, because you still have to get in
That's
and
the
claim
thing.
it.
Exactly.
Someone
That's
could put... Someone's saying that Clifford spent however... Like, he bought as many plots of land as he could. That's great. What's he going to go in? He's going to get in game, and he's going to grab his first one. Okay, I got in game. I've bought 10k UEC, years ago. I bought a plot of land, and I go and put it beside him. Guess what? I now have a plot of land the same as he does. There's no freaking difference. There's no freaking difference.
Well, and the thing is, the process you have to go through, right? Like, if you just rush out the day the game comes out and go put down your piece of land wherever to try and get a head start, you have no way of knowing whether that piece of land is any good.
They actually
so you
said
still
this...
have to do all of the scouting and all of the scanning and all of the other crap before you even know whether or not it's useful.
Plot of land
they,
while they're going and
they
claiming
detailed like Shiv is still here. They detailed this when they were talking about the consolidated outland like base building ship of like, you'll buy a plot of land and one, it can be attacked by other people, and two, other people can just build on it without you bloody knowing if you don't go and check on it. And three, what's under your plot of land? Is there?
Yeah.
Does it have any?
We don't know much about building. We don't know anything about actually building. So it could take ages for you to build anything, even with a pioneer. And in all that time, it is still vulnerable. It could be flammable.
Martin Miggs says, anyone that's upset with the land thing is just looking for a reason to bitch, much like Eris right now. Yes, I know. Problem is, so here's the thing. I really do believe that there are things that we can and maybe even should complain to CIG about. One thing I've been complaining about for 2 years that supposedly will be solved this holiday stream is we have had no information at all about Squadron 42. I've been bitching about that forever. But there are valid things to bitch about, and there are things to bitch about that make the entire argument look fucking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna bitch about something that has no point and doesn't matter, you are worsening the conversation. There's conversations to have, and if you're filling it with chaff and noise like this crap, then this is all CIG here. They don't hear the actual valid questions. Anyway, sorry.
Can I just want to give props to Reddit for a minute. I think more people than usual actually got it this time, because for like the couple days after that, the top post on Reddit was, please read the FAQ first before you make up your mind. Because the FAQ, honestly, like I was taken aback by it because I didn't know what was happening. But I literally, the first thing I did is when I went and read the Q&A, and then I was like, oh, that makes sense. Yep. It's like, it's not rocket science here.
Thank you, Shiver. Thank you, Fastcart. Sorry.
I'm
but
the
I,
other
We look
guy.
so
hey,
similar.
can we go
Yeah.
beyond the outrage and actually talk about the land licenses?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
the
sorry.
whole idea is kind of cool.
I really like the idea. Sorry. Go, Nakar.
I think with like one fell swoop, they've like massively increased the gameplay possibilities in Star Citizen. Like, I think that one piece is going, because that one piece, the base building and the land claiming and all that, gives work for almost every other possible profession. You know, you need enormous amounts of resources. So all of the resource extraction professions are going to be hugely boosted by the base building part. You're going to need mercenaries. You're going to need soldiers. You're going to need fighter pilots to defend your property and your ship. Because I'm sure the Pioneer is going to move like, you know, a fucking elephant stuck in molasses. Yeah, exactly. And you know, it was a beautiful idea, and you know, it almost had to be done once the procedural thing was coming in. It's just sort of you have these enormous planets, you're not going to be able to fill them yourself. It's much better if you try and let the players help you fill them. Oh boy, what happened?
No,
I was
it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Last night that there's a group of players that have come over from old Star Wars galaxies who want to build a town or who want to just, you know, build something. And that's kind of cool because CIG are like, well, we've got to fill out so many goddamn planets. We don't necessarily have to do all of them if they're on a fringe space or anything like that. So this is 2 for 1.
I'm thinking back to like early days of Star Citizen, how there were actually like back when I didn't even know about the subreddit, like back when I was, you know, patrolling the actual RSI forums, and I kept seeing, like, I saw probably a million bloody threads about people asking for Star Wars Galaxies type base building and like give us Star Wars Galaxies, give us Star Wars Galaxies, and CIG's answer way back then was always like, we don't know what we can do, don't expect it, we're gonna do what we can, but don't. I loved Star Wars Galaxies base building. I loved that I wanted a wind farm, and then I had to go out and find land to put the wind farm on, and actually find land that had wind to power the wind farm. Like, that to me was insane, and it was excellent, and it was public, and other people could walk out and find your little wind farm. I loved that. And Star Citizen's gonna have that, but better. And I'm
See, if I build a wind farm on a planet that has no wind, I'm just gonna go outside and just blow really hard.
no, you need Shiver for that.
Ah.
I charge.
Oh God.
We'll talk more after the show.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Disco.
Wrong time for Disco to show up.
I'm not sure, but I think people are still confused about how Eris feels. So no, I'm kidding.
I feel like the land claim system and the base building system and all of it is absolutely bloody brilliant. If I had a complaint with what CIG was doing, I'd make it. If I thought that this was a money grab, I'd make it. I don't think it's a money grab. I don't think it's a problem with it. I'm not.
No one has to buy the thing.
I
didn't buy it.
I haven't bought a plot.
Yeah.
I can't wait though to buy a plot in game. Like,
Exactly.
I can buy plots. And you know what? My girlfriend only has one interest, which is mining. She wants to mine, right?
This is huge for mining.
It is. I want to build a little mining outpost, and I want to protect her, and she can mine and not have to this makes me happy.
Yep.
This 3.0 Squadron 42 at Christmas, this makes me really bloody happy.
That's Squadron 42 info at Christmas.
Info.
This is
Yeah.
so.
Astro, you're a very nice gentleman.
So the thing that bothers me too is that people always complain about this shit, and then they look and it's like every single time they put up something up for sale, you get this kind of a message, which is the one that was posted on the frickin' UE land claims thing.
Please
it's like,
note,
read the
these
message,
claim
and if you
licenses
don't
are
want to
being made available for pledging to help fund Star Citizen's development. The ability to obtain these claim licenses will ultimately be available for in-game credits and or otherwise earnable through play in the game. Pledging for these claim licenses now allows us to include deeper features in the Star Citizen game and is not required for starting the game.
No one read the fine print. No one read the fine print.
And
it's not even fine. It's in big print. It's like big italic print, like right in your face. Don't buy this if you don't want to fund Star Citizen.
And that's on every single ship and every package and everything. And to Perfecta, you are correct. The stream title is not the best. I went to try and change it before the stream. Ghost404 kindly let me know to change it. Unfortunately, Jake has the authenticator code for, you know, accessing the Twitch, and my my Google Chrome logged me out of it, which it normally doesn't, so I can't get in to change it. It's Jake's fault. Hashtag blame Jake.
Always.
Okay, let's get to questions. If you have a question, exclamation mark, question mark in chat. Here we go. Fastcart asks.
Last week. Yeah.
Last week, yeah. It's just, yeah, lots of these are last week, actually. Fastcart asked last week, in the vein of you might be a redneck if, you might have spent too much money on Star Citizen if you've spent anything more than $45, you American.
More than 45?
If you don't have any food in the pantry, but you got loads of starships.
If you've spent if you've bought anything more than a starter ship, you may have spent too much.
If you have a concierge black card, you may have spent too much.
Whenever you make a
It's a
purchase
clear
on
sign.
anything from any shop, your first question is, does it punch above its weight class?
If you have if you have a concierge black card, don't worry, because you can only access events if you're in California.
In April.
In California in April.
Also,
yeah.
Yeah, mine is over there.
We are completely unbiased news, guys. Completely. Don't worry.
Mine is still in the wrapper, too.
we all have it on us. It's like, come on.
Haramis asks 3 in a row. Do you also think that sound has massively improved with 3.0? Yes.
Hugely.
How do I mark a mission marker and quantum jump to it? With difficulty.
I've been having trouble
With the keys on your keyboard.
That's one of
trouble with the same thing. So if anyone finds out, can you please tell me?
That's one of those it's still alpha things of I can't get to my bloody missions. Haramis also
from last week still.
I haven't tried since last week, but last week I had a lot of trouble.
This is really funny because I accepted a mission last week and the marker came up and everything and I jumped to it, and as soon as I jumped, I came out of quantum jump and it said mission failed.
Yes, I had that too.
Like,
I had that too.
hell?
Yeah. I will say for sound, I absolutely love the sound of the gunshots in low atmo. I think it's fantastic.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I've been able to find some of the missions on the Moby map, but then some others I haven't been able to find. Like, they just don't appear on my Moby map, and then sometimes I'll quantum to a planet, and then it takes me 45 minutes to get down to the planet. I think there needs to be a faster way to get down to planet.
Aren't you supposed to use the afterburner when you get near the planet?
But you do. But the afterburner only goes so far. It takes longer for me to get down to planet in Star Citizenship than it does for a SpaceX rocket to get into outer space.
It's true.
Straight up, it takes longer.
Elon Musk.
I know. Maybe CIG needs to hire Musk for a bit.
No, I do think that's something that needs to be tweaked over time. Yeah. I do like that they've put those orbital markers around. They actually work much better now.
Yeah.
And
there needs to be more of them,
around.
And it just needs to take less time to get down to the planet's surface, in my opinion. Yeah, I've done that in Ulrich. It still takes 45 minutes to get around a planet. Captain Penis says, thank you for answering my question last week about what happens to players who are captured by bounty hunters. It seems I wasn't clear on what I was asking about. I actually meant what would happen to the captured player while they were in stasis. What would stop a bounty hunter from keeping someone in stasis indefinitely?
I have an answer for that.
Okay, so do I. So the last time Chris talked about it, which was, I believe, several years ago, he said...
He said that as soon as you're captured, you will basically like black out and go to like prison or something.
You might have a few minutes
You don't have to
wait.
experience the part where you are in captivity.
You might have a few minutes of like you're stuck in a cell, but it's not going to be like you're stuck there for hours. It'll be like, hey, you've got a minute stuck in a cryo tube, and then you're just. Basically, I think what he actually said was like, you are moved to prison or wherever, and the bounty hunter keeps like a replica of you on their ship until they turn it in.
So what if they never turn it in?
Then
doesn't matter. Like
they don't get any money for you.
Yeah. Bribals...
wait, before you move on, I just wanted to tell a quick story about EVE Online, their first iteration, not first iteration, but the first year. So, people, you capture people's corpses when you kill someone, so this guy captured someone. No, he captured someone's pod,
right,
when we blew up a ship, and put it in in your cargo. So once you're in someone's pod, there's nothing you could do except skill train. You couldn't do anything like that. You just basically stuck. So CCP developers had complaints from someone who was left in cargo for about a week, and then they changed it so that you can no longer do that.
Yeah. So
that's
CIG has seen that happen in EVE, and they know that they're not gonna. You're not going to be stuck there for weeks in.
They had an
back
answer
of a
for it
test
like
pod.
2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah,
like it's basically you will have to briefly experience your captivity, and then you will black out or whatever, and you'll wake up in jail.
So Brivals asks, are anyone going to take a gander at the supermoon tonight, tomorrow night, or Monday night? I don't know. It's a moon.
I like ganders, so yes.
Ganders
is only a paper moon in a paper sky.
Gander is a city in Newfoundland.
That's all I want to know. The week to kryptonite.
Do you know what else is a city in Newfoundland? Dildo.
Yes.
And Kilbride, Hate Bay. Blow Me Down.
It's Conception Bay there too?
I believe so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's Calvin, there's Messentia. They're so full of charm. Have a wedding down in Kilbride. Have a party in Hate Bay.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Anyway.
So.
Sorry, there's a song by the Arrogant Worms. Win still asks, scenario. You're a supervillain masquerading as a benevolent billionaire. You decide to launch an electric car into orbit around a nearby planet. What is your plan, and how can we stop you? Unfortunately,
all right, picture time.
Now, here's the thing. I don't have the picture. Did you send me the picture?
Uh-huh.
Where?
Right after I told you.
Is that the one that looks like Tom?
Yep.
Okay. 1 second. Picture time. Tom.
Hey, Tom, you just made an appearance.
I need to add image. Tom. Browse. Desktop. Tom. Okay. I'm just going to put it up right there.
Yep, perfect.
So, unfortunately, we've actually asked Mr. Musk. We actually haven't asked Mr. Musk. We should ask him. We should ask him and just start like tweeting him, being like, "Can you come on our cast and talk about SpaceX and Star Citizen?"
You should, yeah.
We should. I think I will. But
Can you imagine how nervous you would be if we actually got Elon Musk to come over for
Yeah,
the
right.
show?
Well, you'd be wrecked.
I actually don't think I would.
Really?
I think I'd be very
Really?
okay.
You're nervous every time you do the show.
I would be more nervous having Ben on than Musk.
Yeah?
Yes. Because
Why?
Ben is Ben.
yeah. I mean, Elon Musk is a genius.
Uh-huh.
Ben is also the nicest person on the planet.
Yes.
So yeah.
So, you mind if I talk about the car for a second?
Do it.
Okay. That car there, as far as anybody's aware, is the one that Elon Musk announced last night. The Falcon Heavy will be launching to Mars in January.
I actually think they could have gone sillier.
Literally, this was the discussion around the tweet. He tweeted out, I'm going to read you the tweet because it's pretty hilarious.
There it is.
And, sorry, just a moment here, folks. I'm just navigating to Twitter.
I got the link from we posted on Discord.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
I'm not sure if that's the one you're looking
Right.
for, but that's
Okay,
the one you're
so-
looking for.
He announced last night. I'm going to give you the first one first. He says Falcon Heavy to launch next month from the Apollo 11 pad at the Cape. We'll have double the thrust of the next largest rocket, guaranteed to be exciting one way or another. And then he followed that up with, payload will be my Midnight Cherry Tesla Roadster playing Space Odyssey. Destination is Mars orbit. We'll be in deep space for 1 billion years or so if it doesn't blow up on ascent.
Hang on,
that's a good
Tofu
approach.
Topher der Fleischer. I 100% agree with you. Topher der Fleischer says, I demand from CIG that this car has to be near Mars.
I said that in chat last night in Relay.
I think
so-
someone needs to tweet. Someone needs to start a tweet chain. Tweeting Musk and CIG that Musk's Roadster needs to be in orbit somewhere around Mars. CIG, make it happen. This is possibly the most important addition you will ever add to Star Citizen. It needs to be there. It shouldn't be an icon on anyone's map. It should just be something actually floating around Mars that someone might someday find.
That's right.
Do it.
As soon as someone finds it, you know they're going to blow it up. It's no longer going to be. Yeah.
No, make it invulnerable. Make it invincible. They can't blow it up. I don't care. It's just got to be there. And someone
Just a
sells.
challenge. I just log in every day. That would be my Star Citizen game every day.
Find the Roadster. Yeah.
So, just to finish explaining here, it was followed up. Basically, everyone's response to those tweets were, "Is he kidding again? We can't tell if he's serious. Is he serious? Maybe he's serious. The Boring Company was serious.
I think
Maybe
here's the problem with Elon Musk. I think that everyone looks at the things that he says and always are like, is he serious? And he's always serious.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's always serious. And it sounds like a complete joke. And you know what? Sometimes the best ideas sound like jokes.
The other thing I wanted to mention, though, is basically what happened after that was that one of SpaceX's employees confirmed it as well, and then right afterwards, Ars Technica put out an article that were like, "Yeah, we've actually confirmed it with SpaceX. This is a real payload."
Yep, that's what they're
saying. But the cool thing is, we don't know the fine details, but we do know from the tweet from the SpaceX employee that it will have cameras on board. So if it ever gets to Mars, we should be able to get pictures back from it,
which is amazing.
I put the
yes.
Fastcart,
in Twitch.
you are honestly a god.
You're amazing, Fastcart.
I honestly don't understand how you do it. So Brivols asks, do you think that it was strategic to move the release for 3.0 PTU for the anniversary sale? No. I think it was ready for a wider PTU. I think that they needed testing from a larger number of people because performance is an issue and they need to test performance. Go ahead, Fastcart.
I think it's more strategic that they moved it toward the beginning of Thanksgiving, the U.S. holiday, more than anything, more than the anniversary sale. But that's just me.
Gave a lot of people time to play.
Yeah, because it's the
Honestly,
holiday.
Yeah.
given the pace of their improvements since, I think that they were ready for it. They needed to stress the servers because they'd done a lot of testing on what they could get with like the number of players they had, but it's a big difference when you go from like 1,000 players to 100,000 players. Or I don't know what the actual number is, 20, 30, 40, 50,000.
And there's gonna be a whole lot more of it to hit live.
Yep. Brivals asks, what's your favorite of the new concept ships?
With my
Oh, that's a good question. Well, wait, like so my favorite I think is the Hammerhead. I just love its look.
I like a Hammerhead looks. I'm not gonna buy one, but I like the look. I'm not even in game or PU or anything like that. I'm not gonna buy it.
I just think it's a beautiful ship.
I like the looks of the land claims. I think that's the best concept ship we got.
So your favorite concept ship is the Beacon?
Yes. I don't like the Hammerhead. I've actually never. I don't like any of CIG's large military ships. I think all of them are hideous. To be honest,
military ships. So you do like some non-military
Pegasus?
What would you
Nope.
prefer?
I don't like the Pegasus.
The Pegasus is sleek and sexy, and it's an escort carrier. How can you hate the Pegasus?
Because it's a. Hang on, I just need to look up a picture of it. 1 second.
Shiver is broken down.
I'd let you off just the Hornet, but come on, the Pegasus.
You're so upset, Shiver.
My
Hey,
problem
this
with the
is gorgeous.
Pegasus. My problem with the Pegasus is I really don't think that the on top engines work.
Did you post a picture?
I don't know how to post a picture.
Copy.
Oh boy.
Paste.
Fast cart. Where's fast cart? There's fast cart.
Oh, put it in Discord. I can do it for you. Oh,
Yep.
yeah, there you go.
That's what I was.
Can I just quickly have an interjection here?
Go.
The Void is done. And
Oh,
here's
yeah.
a picture of it. Check that out.
The what?
The
Vandal-
Vandal Void.
Oh,
And she looks beauty.
that's pretty. That's pretty. No,
Anyway, go ahead.
I find that the Pegasus would actually be better if it was only asymmetrical once.
Wow.
I find its attempt at double asymmetricalism a bit pretentious.
Asymmetry, maybe?
Now that I'm looking at it, I'm not that thrilled about it either.
Oh, fuck the lot of you.
I love the
fuck
Pegasus.
yourself.
You can
You
can cuddle with me, Shiver.
Brivals
That's all I need.
Brivals asks, what is your temperature of the land's claims sale? 21 degrees? That's
Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
It's the proper one, you bloody ingrates.
Wait. I'm
Celsius.
the only American here, so it's obviously Celsius. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, about the same for me. It's nice and it's a perfect temperature.
Yep.
Perfect.
I am completely 100% approving of the sale.
Very nice design on the freaking beacons. They look beautiful.
I keep in mind, I have in the past said when something CIG does tickled me in a wrong way, such as the inappropriate touching that happened with the
You said that right after I did that.
yes, thank you, Fastcart. With the crap, what's it called?
The holidays stream last year.
No, I'm not even talking streams. I'm talking like the bloody referral program.
Oh yeah, good point.
It is still
You're not gonna let that go, are you?
no, I am
In
not
good
going to let it
news,
go.
I got an email yesterday or the day before saying that they're going to be introducing those new sub revamp things pretty soon.
I don't.
Yes.
But it sub revamp, great.
Well, they got to start somewhere.
They
and then
got to
I'll have
start
a look at the
somewhere,
referral.
and you know where they should start? By getting rid of the referral. program.
Mobile.
Mobile.
Ah, you
Hashtag
stole
mobile
it.
first.
I was gonna say it just now. You beat me to it.
Mobile first.
Now I gotta look up the picture.
Haramus asks, reset the vote. I want the Star Lifter. Do you think the Star Lifter would have a chance if CIG didn't have the vote directly at the start? Hashtag rigged system. I haven't even
Also,
seen it.
I
just
do
want to
like their screenshot for the
I will
for the
be
line
right
claims.
back. 2 seconds. Shiver, can you take the next question? Or whoever else is on the
Yes.
document?
Okay.
I'll
Do
be right
you
back.
think, from Heramus, do you think CIG should sell more things like dirt for funding instead of ships?
As long as it makes
Depends
sense. This one makes sense
yeah.
entirely.
Sorry,
Yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't assume that there's just random objects, but something outside of more than just like a Land Rover, more than just a spaceship, regular ground vehicle, a tank.
But what else could they sell? Like, I mean, you give an example, but
You could sell like business licenses, potentially.
you know what they could sell? A space station, make it $15,000.
There you go. They could sell space station like modular kits that you could build. I think that'd be really cool. Like not a completed one. It's like almost like the Javelin, where you have to like build the ship after you start with it. I think that would be really cool. You just like get all the parts you need to make a truck stop.
Actually, they can make it like a guild organization, like each like a guild or could buy a space station.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd have to run it as well anyway.
Player-run space stations have been talked about and in the plans for like 5 years. It's just when it happens is the only real question now.
I'm gonna say next Citizen Con, I'm gonna hear about this. Anyway.
Probably.
I mean, the tech is there.
Oh,
They
totally.
can. It's something they can easily. Well, I say easy. It's something they could implement. I don't think easily is the right word.
I think all the bits and pieces of the tech are already there. They just got to put them together.
Welcome back.
Thank
So
you.
just in time, Eris, Preachman asks, real life has kept him from getting into the PTU. What's your favorite part?
I know what the civil answer is gonna be.
I
Do you? I don't.
I have actually cried twice on stream. Just
Did you hurt your toe again?
No, just standing on planets and watching, just sitting out there and looking at. I think it's the prettiest game I've ever played. I think what they've got graphically right now is. I felt like I was on another planet, and most games can't get that. You think about all other science fiction games, and it's like, I mean, Mass Effect, you've got a small area on a planet you can walk around. It all looks kind of the same, and you've got about 4 of those, and that's bloody it. This felt like I'm never going to see the surface of another planet. I'm never going to see another planet in our solar system, much less another planet somewhere else. And maybe something else will come out that's better in the future. But for right now, Star Citizen is the first thing ever to make me feel like we as a species can actually get somewhere else and see somewhere else and experience just another world. And I don't believe that there's anything better right now in video games. I would rather sit on a planet and just watch the gas giant in the background and the stars spin as I sit on a planet and watch yeah.
Can I answer that one as well? I basically had a lot of the same experience. I had a lot of the sense of awe thing going on. I just sort of I spent quite a bit of time just like sitting and like watching the sky, and like on the dark side of a moon, I would just sit there and watch the nebulas and stuff overhead. And I had a really cool experience too when I was landing. The one time I was landing right as the sun was setting, and I could see like the shadows like creeping up the mountains as I was landing is such a cool experience. And the one thing I'm really hoping, I know it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world to implement, but I really hope they do still try to put VR implementation in the game, because I think this could be, even if the locomotion's a little janky, it could easily be the best VR experience like even imaginable, rather than like currently in reality.
Fast start.
So I haven't been playing the PTU, but our friend Willem over at the Base Radio put up a video called the Time Lapse 3.0 reel. I'm gonna put that in the quick chat.
Yep.
And it actually was on the newsletter for one of the community.
This is a great video.
Yeah.
So check that out.
It's the gameplay of Star Citizen right now in PTU is it's hit and miss. I've had a lot of problems with lag, with being able to being unable to fight AI ships, with having lots of problems. I mean, it's an
on
alpha.
A testing branch.
It is a testing alpha, and that is 100% evident. And if you want to get in there to have like solid AAA gameplay, you are not going to get it. But if you want to go in there and land a starfarer on a planet and get out of the starfarer and just look up,
you can do that,
and feel small.
Mm-hmm.
I have felt small.
I want to escape from reality.
I have felt small playing Star Citizen in a way that I don't here, because I don't go outside and look up, really. Because that's the outside, and who goes out there? It's
the people who are on r/outside.
I mean, even when I look up, I guess you'd oh, never mind.
If anyone's not familiar, the whole premise of the subreddit r/outside is that the entire world is just a giant MMO.
It's pretty good.
I've seen an anime like that.
I've seen a few like that. So Haramis asks, you may have spent too much for Star Citizen if your rent went up and you decide to live on your 890 jump. Accurate. Brivels asks, did anyone spend enough to get the Chairman's Club certificate, Wing Commander and Legatus?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, me neither.
Not sure. Sorry.
None of us have, evidently.
Actually, wait a second. So the Chairman's Club is that new newsletter that they're sending out.
Oh.
For concierge.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
But I didn't.
The
rest of that I don't really. Check your spam, because mine, the first 3 of mine all went to spam. So.
I've been getting the concierge letters, but I didn't recognize the name of it.
Chairman's Club News is the name of it. No,
I didn't get them. Who knows?
Give them crap. But what was the second part of that question?
Oh wait,
the Chairman's Club.
No, I've got it. Never mind. Sorry. One second. Chairman's Club certificate, Wing Commander and Legatus.
I don't know what that is.
No, not sure. Sorry about that.
It's probably in the first Chairman letter, or Chairman Club letter, but I'm not sure.
I'm sure Brivos is about to tell us.
There it goes, right there. Put the link.
I can't access it, probably because I'm not logged in.
I'll put in.
No, yeah, I can't access it either. I am logged in, but I think that's probably just because I'm not.
I am logged in. It says 404.
I have not spent enough for that.
No, thankfully. Whew, something I haven't spent.
Yes.
For.
It says Wing Commander. Is that the $10,000 package?
Maybe that's what that is, yeah.
No, we here at Relay don't make enough for that. Guns and Glue asks, how do you think?
10K. Okay, you said 10K.
Okay.
How do you think? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
How do you think the potential Drake concepts will mean for the next set of ship game mechanics. I don't think that there's going to be much new in ship game mechanics. I think now they have to go out and fill in the mechanics that they have, because there's no medium-sized, realistically, because the Cutlass doesn't bloody count, there's no medium-sized medical and rescue ship, there's no medium-sized salvage ship, there's no medium-sized mining, there's no there's a lot of areas that are missing additional ships.
How are you defining medium size? The Prospector.
No, Prospector is one man. It's tiny.
Prospector is small.
Super tiny.
Small. Okay.
Yeah.
It's only one man. It has no interior. Yeah. It's really small.
That's the thing is that it's freelancer size, so that's kind of medium for me.
It's mostly it's got a big ass.
Yeah. It's got a lot of storage in it, right?
Baby's got back. But I mean, I guess it does have an interior. Sorry, my brain twitched out there for a second.
It's like living in a caravan.
But it's really small. But I was just wanting to say, they think they've created even more room in the mining spectrum, because
the Orion is so big.
The Orion went from huge to like absolutely ridiculously gigantic. So I think there's room for at least 2 or 3 more mining ships in the sort of spectrum there. Yeah. And there might even be room for a smaller one than the Prospector.
I'm surprised they how had the Reclaimer? I'm pretty sure the Reclaimer had gone up in size, but not as much as the Orion.
Not as much as the Orion did.
No, it got bigger, but it didn't increase by 100%.
Yeah,
like
it
the
didn't
Orion.
double.
That's absolutely. Those people who bought the Orion for the concept sale got a spectacular deal.
And the same way for the Merchantman.
Oh, the Merchantman now has a freaking bazaar inside it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So Haramis asks, Kraken, Vulture, Corsair, or Starlifter?
Vulture.
There is literally no other possible answer that any person with a conscience, with sanity, with decency, or even with the like of good music would answer.
Corsair.
No, Vulture. Vulture is the only answer. Again, and I said this at the beginning, and I'll say it again now. The Reclaimer is the ship that opened up Star Citizen. The Reclaimer is the ship that birthed so much more, that showed us that there was more that the verse could offer. Because everything we had up until the Reclaimer was standard fare. Even we had the Orion before it, but every single bloody MMO has.
No, we didn't. No, the Orion was the. I actually just brought up the.
The Orion was after.
I just brought up the document that I have for the concept sales. It was the Reclaimer was the first one I ever tracked. The Orion was right after it.
Yeah, the Reclaimer was the first ship that showed that there was more to Star Citizen
than just cargo and combat.
Yeah,
so we all love the theory that eventually, even if they're not Drake ships, these ships will be made anyway.
Yes,
I'm guessing. Yeah,
but I also don't. I also straight up don't think that Drake is a good brand for a carrier. Drake is supposed to be cheap. It's reusable. It's easy to get more of. You don't care if your Drake gets hit by an asteroid because it'll buff out. You know?
The other question is okay. So Drake is a failed. Look at the lore. Drake is a failed military manufacturer. They tried to manufacture for the military, and the military told them to go screw themselves.
Because they're not good enough.
Why would they manufacture a freaking carrier? If you were an aircraft carrier manufacturer and you didn't have a military contract, who the hell are you selling it to?
And I'm sorry, you can't just say, oh, pirates would buy it. No, because pirates aren't bloody insane either. Pirates do have some sanity. They want
to be that big of a target.
Wait.
It's a huge target.
It's not that the pirates are not insane, because some of them are, like a shiver. But
I'm not a pirate.
You're just a jackass.
I'm not interested in money. I just want to blow things up.
But the thing is, pirates don't have money. That's why they couldn't afford it.
But then they couldn't afford a base anyway. Like I don't know. I I do not like the idea of a Drake carrier. I know that everyone loves carriers, and I know that everyone's thinking, ooh, carrier, let's jump on the carrier option because it's a carrier. Carriers are great.
No, people were jumping on pocket carrier.
Pocket carrier, yeah. Pocket carrier, great, not a Drake one.
No,
it doesn't belong as Drake.
I think a salvage ship makes a lot of sense for Drake, like a lot of sense for Drake, because I mean, that's something you would do a lot on the frontier if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you are, isolated from society. You need a
cheap bloody truck that'll power through anything and keep going no matter what, and it's cheap to repair and cheap to replace. You need a Drake. You want something to launch combat missions out of. You need something that's reliable. Something that won't break down. Something that won't have your the launcher for your ships won't break when you need to launch ships. That's Drake. Drake is. I just had this vision of a Drake carrier trying to launch a Cutlass out of it, and the doors don't open. Hangar bay door just doesn't open and just slams into the. Yes. Actually, no. In that case, yes, 100% Drake carrier, but the doors never open, so all pirates die. Problem solved.
I have a quick question. Romero. So you here have taken the UE observer test.
10 on 10, 3 times in a row.
Yeah, I got 100%.
Side note, there's a chance to win a Hawk. So people haven't into that.
Yes.
I'm going to put them in the quick chat.
Put it up.
Shiver, have you taken the observer test yet?
No, because I have a theory on the very, 0.00001% chance I'd win. I'd feel really guilty that I took someone else's ship that could have had no ship and could have come into the game, and then I just cost that person money.
Well, no, Silver. If you just win, just give it to me. That we won't feel guilty.
Dethos,
I'm happy I can be there for you.
I want to get through the last 2 questions. We've got 2 left. I really want to get through these. Dethos asks, do you think that Amazon will push microtransactions into Star Citizen? No, because Amazon has nothing to do with the development of Star Citizen, nor the running of the CIG company at all. 100% no.
Own CIG. I hope nobody actually thinks that.
It's an agreement. It is the agreement between CIG and Amazon is for server space. That's it. Servers have nothing to do with microtransactions. Not at all. Commander Hellfire asks a question that I think we should end on today. He asks, how do you feel that net neutrality will affect MMOs?
Could get pretty sketchy.
It's a really good question. I feel like there are going to be a lot of challenges with the United States basically losing every single inch of its moral fiber in the past year. No, straight up. I think
coincidence the timing on that.
It's yeah. No.
It's stunning, isn't it?
I have a feeling that, like, I mean, you guys, if you guys actually get rid of net neutrality, I mean, Canada's probably going to sue you or something. I don't know. I don't even know. No country is
just build a server wall between Canada and the
and make us pay for it.
This is not just bloody America. America is trying to police the internet, and guess what, motherfuckers? The internet is something beyond even your conceited asses. Okay?
Well,
I'm not conceited.
I know none of you guys are. None of you guys are. None of you watching this are.
Okay?
But there are
block up the tubes.
There are clearly a lot
I'm kind of in favor of it, because then I'd be legally entitled to some decent modern fucking internet rather than having to run on stone-made phone cables. So I'm
Shiver, you just need to move to an actual country that's, stepped out of the 1800s.
Oh, I'm sorry. You mean, did we not rule over your country for quite some time?
Yeah, and then we were like, hey, we could do this better. And you were like, please don't leave us. And we were like, okay, you want us so bad, we'll stay in and make you continue to look good. But guess what? We're our own shit. We're the best in the world, except for the Scandinavians, admittedly. We're the second best in the world.
No one beats Scandinavia.
Bam!
If that's true, then why do all Asians get +1 on their stats?
I was shiver.
They're better at math than us.
That would not be.
Oh, man. That's amazing.
Straight up, though, if you are an American and you live in the United States, please try and contact your congressperson, your Senate person, literally your anything person. Contact your governors. Complain.
Yes.
Speak
Fuck,
up.
if you have to, take to the streets.
And
Burn
guess
shit.
what? No, hang on. Guess what? America,
outside, this is serious shit.
guys, straight up, America was built on a revolution. If you guys aren't in control anymore, fucking do it again. Because guess what? You know what Britain did to you way back when? It's happening to you again. So say no to net neutrality. Say no to getting rid of net neutrality. Say no to the tax bill that you guys are getting fucked over with. Stand up for yourselves. Try and be a little bit more Canadian. Try and be a little bit more like Relay. And most of all, try and be 3/5 more like Fast Cart.
Absolutely.
Thank you all for hanging out.
Thanks,
I
everybody.
love you all. I apologize for politicking.
But it needs to be heard.
It needs to be heard, and you guys
it's
need
a
to
big
do
deal.
something about it because we can't help you anymore. So, we'll see you in the verse.
The Great Blacklist is out.